It's a beautiful Monday morning. Hello there. We're back, refreshed from the weekend and set to give you an amazing start to your week. I am Mike Mesikeno.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Now, this show is called Wake Up Nigeria. And if for some weird reason you're catching us for the first time, hello, where have you been? This is the biggest thing on terrestrial TV at this time of the day.
And of
course,
so
you know.
Yeah, so they know. And of course, you can be with us all the way till the very end, even if you have to be on the move.
Yeah, we're live right now on Facebook at TVC Connect. We'll be streaming live there all through the show, and of course on our website, that's tvcontinental.tv. So join us anywhere.
Anywhere at all, anywhere. Now, just because it's a breakfast show and breakfast is essential, we will be bringing you something done differently in the kitchen today with Chef Ofe Fadi of Cerise Pink Occasions.
That's right. She's here for the first time.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Our debut on the show.
Happy week. Oh my gosh, I'm loving my new bob again.
As in, I'm looking at that hair and I'm beefing you seriously.
Fola is just on point, really.
It's okay. I love it. I love the look.
All right.
And Cerise has, you know, a lot in store for us today in the kitchen. I can see everything.
All right,
Mike,
of course.
You and your plans.
I'm looking forward to it.
You know, they're always waiting for you to take the spoon. Please, not today.
We'll be starting off a week with a trip down memory lane. This week in history will be coming your way in no time at all.
And of course, we'll have a package for you from Bimbo Ashegbe. Now, she'll be capturing the practice and intricacies of haggling over a purchase. Yes, do you know how to price pepper?
I'm actually looking forward to that. Now, right after that, we will be having a couple of people from VConnect talk to us about the numerous services that the platform has to offer and just how efficient it can be.
Now, Mondays, of course, are for motivation. Fola Daniel will be joining us to talk about conquering the fear of change. Change. Have you ever been afraid of change before?
Not really. And of course, we will be bringing you a performance from Nigerian singer and guitarist Sharon.
I swear when we come from all that movie fame and they go to old block rockin' J's. Say you've not a few man, give me space. I show you by knocking on heaven's love as it gonna.
Honestly, whenever I see guitars or in fact any instrument being played, I just have this yearning. Like, I wish I could do it myself.
Titi, I tried it.
When?
You know I love music. Like, when I was in 300 level French Village, I actually tried it and I almost lost all my fingertips.
Are you kidding me?
Now, I was also taught to use the
plectrum or something.
Yeah,
the plectrum,
tried that one, but I wasn't getting the sound I wanted, like the way with my fingers. So I just gave up. I was like, no, I'll just do my singing.
Anyone I ever see that's playing any instrument at all, I'm always just so like, man, this person is really, really trying.
But then instruments, of course, definitely they give an edge to a singer. That's what I found out. Like when an instrument can accompany you and you play that instrument, there's a sort of advantage than having some other person play it. So
and it changes your description. What people don't realize is there's a difference between a singer and a musician. A singer is someone who just uses the vocal powers. A musician is someone who sings and uses instruments. But people don't know there's a difference. That's why when people call maybe like a Davido a musician, I'm like, okay. Because
I'm not going there.
But
Mary, I'm not going there.
Musician.
Well,
because as a producer, he uses instruments and all. So there's actually a difference between a singer. So most times, the safest way to describe an artist is just call the person an artist.
Yes, in fact, yes.
Okay,
so I'm thinking he would be better, Davido would be better called a producer as well.
Yeah,
you know? So he produces a lot of musicians who put music together. And then they bring out beautiful music. But we have something brand new on the show today from VConnect, am I right?
Yeah, we'll be talking about how to use a platform, how to get the best from the platform. It's something new, so we need to intimate people, you know, enlighten them to understand how to go about the platform, get services, professional services. There's quite a lot. It's quite interesting. I'm looking forward to what they have to talk about.
Can't wait.
Okay, so I just want to give a quick shout out to MM.
Okay.
MM, I love you so much.
We love you.
I really miss you right now.
We really miss you on the show.
There's
someone else we're missing on the show, though.
Yeah.
You've asked, Yomi, where art thou?
Question is,
wherefore art thou, oh Yomi? Where are you?
I
hopefully
was
we'll
in
hear
my
from
father's
him.
house.
What? He's probably just taking a break, probably chilling somewhere.
While you and Mike were speaking, I was busy comparing your heights.
So I'm really honestly, we need to maybe.
What's wrong with two of you now? What's wrong with two of you now? Auntie was like, thank God I didn't wear high heels.
What? I said thank God I didn't wear high heels because standing beside you today would have been a challenge.
Abdul. All right, it's time to head over to the news. And Busalami is on standby.
Hello. Okay, we're starting with what is happening in Zamfara State, with hundreds killed in Nigeria's Zamfara State by bandits this year alone. The federal government has decided to send 1,000-strong force to stop the attackers. The security force, comprising the Army, Air Force, Police, and the Civil Defense, have been assembled to launch fierce attack on the bandits terrorizing villages and towns in the area. The presidency statement says the Air Force has begun the deployment of fighter aircraft to Katsina, the airport closest to Zamfara. The presidency is also appealing to Nigerians to unite and speak with one voice on security issues. And just like the presidency, the Bishop of Sokoto Catholic Diocese, Matthew Hassan Kuka, has advised Christians and Muslims to live in peace in order to defeat a common enemy and move the country forward. He led other church leaders to Gandhi Town in Sokoto, where he addressed people of Tabani village, recently displaced by armed bandits who attacked their community. Kuka said the perpetrators of the crime against humanity do not select their victims on the basis of religion, tribe, or political affiliation, and called on government to be more proactive in tackling insecurity. The kidnappers of a former chairman of Akure North local government area in Ondo State, Dele Faguriola, have demanded a ransom of 10 million naira from his family. Faguriola was abducted Saturday afternoon at his Iju farm along Akure-Ikere Road. A family source confirmed that the kidnappers contacted the family by phone to demand the ransom. Police spokesperson Femi Joseph says the command is working round the clock to ensure the former council boss is released. The managing director of the Nigerian Ports Authority, Hadiza Bala Usman, has urged the federal government to declare an emergency on the situation of roads in the Apapa area of Lagos. Usman says priority must be given to every process that will lead to an implementation or improvement in the condition of access roads into Apapa port. She also dismissed insinuations that the traffic congestion in Apapa is caused by a lack of capacity of terminals at the port to receive the volume of cargo that comes into the country. The Lagos State government says 9 bodies from the Otedola Link Bridge fire incident, which occurred on June the 28th, have been successfully marched to their families. Commissioner for Health, Jide Idris, says 11 families showed up at the Lagos State DNA and Forensic Center for testing, and only 9 families have been marched. Idris says this is the first time unidentified victims of a mass disaster have successfully been identified locally using DNA technology. The identification process was completed in less than 4 weeks after the incident, is against more than 6 months when the practice was to take samples abroad for analysis. And that's all for now. I will leave you with a weather update, and I'll be back at the top of the hour for more news. Many thanks for your time.
All right, welcome back. It's a time now for the front pages of the papers, and I will start off with the Daily Sun. And the major headline here: troops kill 16 terrorists. And the rider underneath says 1 soldier, 4 civilians injured in army Boko Haram firefight. Buratai hints at local production of weapons. And up there at the top right corner, FG recalls 2.4 million cough syrups with codeine content. And we also have at the bottom page, bottom left, 121 Nigerians killed in South Africa in 18 months. Falano. And defections can't stop Buhari's re-election. Okorocha and Keyamo. I'm being persecuted. Benue Governor Autumn. All of this on the front page of the Daily Sun.
And on the cover of the Nation newspaper, we have APC patrons launch battle to sack Saraki's supporters. Struggle for control rocks party in Kwara. PDP aspirants won't quit for defectors, it says. Also, it says here, how Buhari will win in 2019 by campaign. Also, EFCC detectives to quiz Ekweremadu over assets. And finally, NFF to hire Ikeme as Eagles keeper's trainer. That's what we have on the cover of the Nation newspaper.
All right, nice one there for Ikeme. And on to this day, and we have here the major headline: defections can't halt Buhari's victory in 2019, says a campaign organization. Underneath there enumerates how presidents will win. PDP, you are deluding yourself. And then Kwankwaso reconciles with Shekarau and moves against APC. We also have here NNPC records 240 billion naira loss in 13-month petrol supplies. And up there you can see recapitalization. Low stock prices expose insurance firm to hostile takeover. That is all on the cover of this day.
On the cover of the Punch newspaper, the headline says Buhari didn't want alliance with Tinubu in 2013, according to the RAPC chair. Interesting. My dad's autopsy inconclusive, says MKO Abiola's daughter. Thugs attacked me, other Osun ADP members, says ex-LG boss. It also says here, Ondo youth beat DPO as bus kills 2 persons. Then finally, 842 sanctioned for exam fraud as NABTEB releases results. That's what we have on the Punch.
All right, and then on to the front page of Vanguard. APC moves against Saraki's men in government. 3 annotations underneath says asks them to resign or get fired. Bids to resolve Kwara APC Exco hold fresh congresses. And Lai Mohammed, product of Saraki's political generosity, says RAPC. And at the bottom right corner, 23-year-old drug addict kills father, sister, injures 6 neighbors. Just top right, or top left, pardon me, 7 PDP senators set to defect to APC. Ndume. It's untrue. APC is sinking ship, PDP senators. And Dasuki's family asks NBA to probe Malami. Certificate forgery. House report indicts presidential assistant on prosecution. And ABUAD emerges best private varsity in Nigeria. And bottom right, just on a lighter note, Mr. and Mrs. Quite interesting there. Darling, your food is ready. Should I bring it over there? Leave it on the table. It's getting cold. I want you to eat it hot on the table. I'm bringing it over. Okay, I'm in the restroom. Why? Doesn't he want the food?
Because he's in the restroom.
But all of that on the Vanguard, front page of the Vanguard.
All right, we're still with the paper headlines here. On The Guardian, it says, Nigeria gets fresh prospects in ECOWAS international trade. New $4.5 billion semi-border to push up 76% business quota. Product certification to boost competitiveness. Then also it says here, Fayoshe's deal with Ekiti workers falters on PDP's election loss. Then finally, new rule restricts MDs from succeeding board chairman. That's an interesting one. That's what we have on the cover of The Guardian.
All right, that's all we have for you on the papers. We're about to up the ante, step the energy up a notch with workout in the garden.
Yeah.
You know, I've started keeping to my goals. Like, I've started working out really.
You mean your goal to finish 1 bowl of Gary?
Okay. Let's head to the garden. We have a fitness instructor right there.
Very good morning to you viewers. This is your favorite show on TV, Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Benjamin, and today we will be doing a couple of circuit exercises that is sure to rev up your metabolism and get you pumping for the day. So as usual, we are starting with the stretching exercises. All right. Stretch all the way down. Take it up. Take it to the side, to the other side, front, sideways, this other way, and down. So we're stretching the thighs, hold for 10 to 15 seconds, and you go the other way. And you stretch the shoulders, all the way and down. Stretch the inner thigh and switch to the other side. Now that's it for the stretching exercises. So right here, we are starting with the jump squats. So the jump squats go this way. So you do that 10 to, you do that 30 to 45 seconds to switch over here. The next exercise here is the split lunge. While here, we're doing the push-ups, and here we're doing the jumping jacks and sit-ups here. So we kick it off right away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch to the other side. Split lunge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Down to here, we're doing the push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then here to the jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we come over here for the quarter kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now when you go around the circuit, you rest for 45 seconds to 60 seconds. Then you start off again here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we come over here. We're doing the high knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then back here, we're doing the jumping jacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then here, we are doing diamond push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And here, we're doing the regular sit-up. Go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then finally here, you're gonna hold the stand for 1 minute. And that's it. So that's the exercises we have for you today. So I hope if you did them well, it's surely to rev up your metabolism. So thanks for watching. We're heading straight to the kitchen.
After a great workout, what better way to feel re-energized than to eat? See? Welcome to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Our chef today is new to the show, and we will definitely like to see just what she'll be doing for us today. I've got Chef Ofe Fadeyi of Series Pink Occasions. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so what are you making today?
Okay, I'll be having stir-fry basmati rice served with drumsticks and plantain, aka dodo, served on skewers, wooden skewers.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, that seemed like 3 things, and all of a sudden I'm noticing that we have quite a spread here.
Yeah, most of them will come together.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have the menu on your screen right now. In case you want to scribble them down, what we're making today is on your screen right now, okay? Stir-fry basmati rice alongside chicken.
Drumsticks.
Drumsticks.
Yes, served with fried plantain on wooden skewers.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So that's it on your screen. All right, so let's get started with what the ingredients are.
Okay, we have pre-boiled basmati rice.
Okay.
I have my chicken stock.
Your chicken stock.
Yeah, so let me just pour that in here.
All right. Okay, so it starts steaming.
Yeah, so it starts steaming.
Okay. Does this go in as well?
No, this is going to be stir-fried with the peppers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is?
This is shredded chicken.
All right.
Yeah. These are the pre-boiled drumsticks. Then this is sliced plantain, which are going to fry. After frying, we'll put them on wooden skewers.
Okay.
Then have your spices, seasoning cubes.
What spices are this?
Okay.
Seasoning cubes.
The seasoning cubes. This is black pepper, white pepper.
Okay.
This is turmeric, and this is powdered garlic.
Okay.
Yeah. Then this is sliced cucumber for garnishing.
Yeah.
We have salt, or we have grated garlic. This is the essence of
the meal.
Yes. This,
wow.
Without this, it's the flavor will not be there.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we have the green peppers. This is what it looks like before it's chopped.
Okay.
Then we have spring onions. This is another essence as well.
Okay.
Then we have sliced onions. We have red peppers, and we have yellow peppers.
So of all these ingredients,
yeah.
these two are the most important.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. For
yes.
the flavor,
yeah, for the
aroma, and
yes.
the taste as
yes.
well.
Everything.
All right.
Yes.
So while that is boiling,
okay.
How is the process going to?
Okay. The first thing you fry the shredded chicken in oil.
Okay. Let's do that on the other side.
All right.
Okay. So there you go.
Okay. Let me get some oil.
Okay. Yeah, so there's something fantastic about cucumber that many people don't seem to realize. Cucumber is very, very healthy. Like when we talk about healthy food, you cannot underestimate the value of cucumbers. And for those of us who have sleep bags under our eyes, you know, how we try our best to keep our eyes looking nice and all poppy. Cucumbers. Just put this two on each eye for like 30 minutes and you're good to go, really. All right, so
yes.
Oil. Oh, the oil doesn't have to heat up.
No, really. It's going so that it would prolong the cooking process.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If it's too hot, it will burn it up immediately.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we're getting that done. Okay. So the stir fry will be on the other side. This is boiling. The rice goes in. You won't miss much of the process. So
yes.
Oil. Oh, the oil doesn't have to heat up.
No, really. It's going so that it would prolong the cooking process.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
If it's too hot, it will burn it up immediately.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we're getting that done. Okay. So the stir fry will be on the other side. This is boiling. The rice goes in. You won't miss much of the process. However, we have a break coming up. Titi and Mike will be taking us down memory lane when we return. Stay with us.
All right, welcome back. And we are on to This Week in History.
Yes,
right? Quite a lot happened over This Week in History, right?
Yes, it's about time for us to take a trip down memory lane. And it's interesting that yesterday, or should I say July 29th, 1975, Murtala Mohammed overthrows General Gowon to become Nigerian head of state. Now, in 1974, in contradiction to his earlier promises, Gowon declared that Nigeria would not be ready for civilian rule by 1976. Now, when he announced it, he announced that the handover date would be postponed indefinitely, which provoked serious discontent within the army. On the 29th of July 1975, while Gowon was attending an OAU summit in Kampala, a group of officers led by Colonel Joe Namven Garba announced his overthrow. Now, the coup plotters appointed Brigadier Murtala Mohammed as the new head of state and new head of government, and Olusegun Obasanjo as his deputy. So this is a really interesting piece of Nigerian history.
Very, very, very big one.
It was really interesting to note that when this was all happening, these were considered youth. They were quite young.
They were
in their 30s.
I mean, considering when you look at Obasanjo and all the rest, 30s, 40s, and all of that, these were the guys that were, they were making things happen. Let's hope that we can have the young people do rule again or lead again.
Eventually.
All right,
eventually.
And then moving on from that, July 31st, 1886, Fred Quimby, American animator and producer, was born. He was best known as producing the best cartoon of all time, the Tom and Jerry cartoons, for which he won 7 Academy Awards. He was the film sales executive in charge of a Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer cartoon studio. William Hanna and Joseph Barbara, creators of Tom and Jerry and Scooby-Doo. So this is quite big. This is quite big. I don't know of anybody
and Jerry.
It can never get tiring or boring.
No.
Even if it's the same episode, you can see it over and over and over
But
again.
it was just so interesting that we didn't think of those cartoons as violent at all. We didn't think about it. The Scooby-Doo cartoons were also such a big hit. That was actually something that made me feel I was going to become an investigator one day. I always wanted to find out, get to the bottom of
And
this.
then always, it always be someone you expect, and they just take off the mask.
Yes. It was really fun.
It is the villain, and they just pull off the mask.
Honestly, it was fun. It was always fun. In 1947, on July 30th, Arnold Schwarzenegger, 5-time Mr. Universe and film star, was born. Now, the former governor of California was the youngest man to ever become Mr. Universe, which he did 5 times. He went on to star as Conan the Barbarian in 1982, and his most famous role, the Terminator, in 1984. He stayed in movies till 2003. Then he announced his decision to run as Republican candidate and governor of California.
My car. You want to be a farmer? Here's a couple of acres. Give you a lift. You're fired.
You are stupid.
Come with me if you want to live. Well, that hit the spot.
You've just been erased.
I eat green berets for breakfast.
Rubber baby buggy bumpers.
I'm a cop, you idiot!
Cocainum.
Oh my goodness. It might interest you to know that he was governor until 2011. Imagine actor, muscle man, turned actor, turned governor.
Incidentally, just this morning, I switched and I saw a movie, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, and he was there. Okay, moving on. 2008, of course, Slumdog Millionaire first premiered based on a novel by Vikas Swarup, directed by Danny Boyle, set and filmed in India, telling the story of Jamal Malik, 18 years old, from the slums of Mumbai. Now, as a contestant on the Indian version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, who is able to answer every stage correctly. As a result, he is accused of cheating.
Jamal Malik, you're absolutely right!
Oh my goodness.
Great movie.
Yes,
Great movie.
amazing movie. The part of that movie, you saw some pictures there that makes me cringe till now, was when he fell into what was like a sockaway pit.
Yeah, that was, and then he brought out that picture and held it up.
It was a picture of his favorite actor. Do you remember the actor? Oh my goodness, that Indian actor. I'm trying to remember his name now. But it was just so heartbreaking or heartwarming to see that he really loved him like that. And now, some interesting history here. On the 31st of July, 2012, Michael Phelps broke the record set in '64 by Larissa Latnia. Now, he's won the most medals in the Olympics. He's now retired, but he's the most successful, the most decorated Olympian of all time. He has won 82 medals in major international and long course competitions, 65 of which were gold. Imagine that.
It's a big one, 14 silver and 3 bronze. Michael Phelps.
Yeah.
Alone, he has won more medals than some continents.
Honestly, he has more gold.
That's more gold. More gold. I mean, he is the man.
If he decides to sell them, melt them down, he'll be honestly amazing.
Okay, that's all we can take, of course, on This Week in History. Quite an interesting one. Now, as you know, Monday is the start of a new working week with buyers and sellers full of hope for high gains in their business. However, haggling over prices is one of the things that impacts greatly on commercial activities, and we're about to bring you the opinion of traders about this practice.
Yeah.
This is quite interesting. Watch this.
In a typical market, you will find various items competing for your attention with their attractive colors and in different shapes and sizes. Reaching out to grab everything becomes a temptation. It's no crime to stop and check out some things. Some people enjoy assessing every detail. For others, walking off is simply easier. Whatever the case, the choice always remains in the hands of the customer.
The kind of things I like to buy in the market is clothes and foodstuff. That's the only thing.
I visit market twice in a week.
In this my business, in my experience, I can say I attend to more women than men.
Sometimes I attend to like 30 girls or 40 women sometimes. Yeah.
You see, but we just well. And we just
I'm not saying that I like her.
The voices of traders and customers remind one of a debate, one which will not end until the price of a commodity or service is agreed on. The activity is known as haggling.
I don't want this one, this one I want.
It's 2K last price.
I want 5, I want 5.
However, in Nigeria, the word usually used is pricing.
You can't just tell me, this cloth is 1,000 naira, then I will now buy it 1,000 naira. It's not possible. I have to price.
I can't accept the price because I'm not a money making machine. Depending on the price the person asks me or tell me this is how much I'm selling it. That will make me to tell him this is how much I want to buy.
Of course, I can't buy the price they cut for me because this is market. I have to price for it. It's not supermarket. It's not malls. This is market.
I've never seen any woman that comes to market and you give the person price, it did not price. I haven't seen. In Nigeria here, we have to price. You will give price and your customer will price. Both of you will bid the price and you are in the price that your customer agree. If you like it, you pay and collect it.
Seba woke bata ige kwonu. Ahia buru. Ihe dị iche wu ebe otu mmadụ nwe. Wo ihe ndị bekee na-akpọ supermarket. Mana nke a wu ahịa dị iche nọ n'ime ya. So nwoke bata ige kwerere ọnụ. Ọnụ be ịzụrụ ọnya wo the thing.
If haggling were a crime, everyone would be guilty, even traders.
Yes, when I go and buy things in market, I price.
I price though. As I mean now, if I want to buy something, they tell me like 500 and I have like 300, I will price the money that I have. Yes, you can't tell me that you are selling something 500. I just bring out 500 and give it. Because money is not easy. Yeah, it's not easy to get the money. So I must price, I must bargain.
It does not matter whose ox is God. If a woman thinks it's the right thing to do, oh yes, she will haggle.
Somebody tell me that he's selling this thing for 1,000 naira, and I first of all price 500 naira and see if the thing really worth 1,000 naira. If I've weighed the thing and look at it that it's up to that amount, then if he says it's the last price, I'll not buy it.
They will say like 2,000. I'm like, oh, are you not saying 1,000? 1, 2. That's all.
For the women, it's simple. For traders, it's not the same.
You don't buy to price something, 4,000. You say like a bring money, you go tell you say 1,500. Bring money, you say 1,000. For Yaba here, we don't suffer well, For this Yaba, they go price you 1,000, bring money, they will say, and they come. They don't go come, they don't go buy. They will come, suffer you everything, they will almost 10 shoes. They go come, just almost 10 shoes. That's how they come. Or they go tell you say, ole okere, ole otobi.
Three man no jargon. One man no jargon. We taba someone pe kan ape ọjà 15. One lè ní 700. One lè ní 600. One man ní kò sówó nta.
Price, sometimes they price a gown. I give them 3,500. Sometimes they say 1,500, and later they will say 1,000 because say there is no money.
The practice seems unfair to traders sometimes, and a person with a short fuse may just boil over. But Patience Purple has the answer.
You know, in business, you don't have to be annoyed when your customer price, because when you start getting annoyed when your customer price, you can't sell. It is just be humble. Welcome your customer.
To that amount, then if he says it's the last price, I'll not buy it.
They will say like 2,000. I'm like, oh, are you not saying 1,000? 1, 2. That's all.
For the women, it's simple. For traders, it's not the same.
You don't buy your price something, 4,000. You say like a bring money, you go tell you say 1.5. Bring money, you say 1,000. For Yaba here, we just suffer well, For this Yaba, they go price 1,000, bring money, they will say, and they come. They don't go come, they don't go buy. They will come, suffer you everything, they will take almost 10 shoe. They go come, take almost 10 shoe. That's how they come. Or they go tell you say, ole okere, ole otobi.
During my no jargon, on my no jargon, we taba someone pe kon ape ọjà 1.5, wọ́n lè ní 700, wọ́n lè ní 600, wọ́n máa ní kò sówó nta.
Price, sometimes they price a gown, I give them 3.5, sometimes they say 1.5, and later they will say 1,000 because say there is no money.
The practice seems unfair to traders sometimes, and a person with a short fuse may just boil over. But Patience Pepple has the answer.
You know, in business, you don't have to be annoyed when your customer price, because when you start getting annoyed when your customer price, you can't sell. It is just be humble. Welcome your customer. When they price, be cheerful to them. Then you tell them your price. That can make the person to buy, even when that person don't want to buy. The way you attend to that person will make him to buy. People have made me angry when they price, but I can't, because of they made me angry. I start shouting at them because I need them to buy. I have to pay them so that I will buy their mind. They will help me to buy. They are just helping me. It's not force. Anybody that come to you to buy your market, that person is helping you, because if they didn't buy, you can't sell.
Right, welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Now, for the first time ever on the show, we're having our V-Connect segment right here on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Mike Mesikeno, and of course, with me right now are two wonderful gentlemen who will be connecting us to their world of business. We have Vishal Tulsiani, head of SME sales at V-Connect. It's great to have you.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome. It's great to have you.
Thank you.
Of course, he's an experienced business development manager with a demonstrated history of working in the information technology and services industry. While right there beside him, looking that way, is Abiodun Atoyebi, SME professional and a trained broadcast journalist who sort of left television to become a media entrepreneur. It's great to have you. Vendora
nice
Visuals, right? Vendora
That's
Visuals is his brainchild, an audiovisual solutions company servicing clients in the events, corporate and private space. Okay, all right, great guys, great guys. It's great to have you this morning. All right, so let's get straight to it. Now, a number of people have heard about V-Connect, but not many people know what it is all about. So very short, let's have an introduction. What is V-Connect all about?
So V-Connect started 7 years back with the aim of connecting users and businesses. You know, the time when you didn't have yellow pages, NITIL lines died out. That's when V-Connect started. Over the years, we changed our business models, but currently what we do is we are Nigeria's largest local service platform where we connect users with service professionals, trusted service professionals.
All right.
So let's say you're looking to repair your phone, or you want to rent an apartment, you want to get a visa done, we have it all covered.
All right, good. Now, this is going to be very practical. It's not theoretical. We're not just talking. We're going to show them how to use the platform, right? And of course, that's why we have Ayo here. Okay, so let's go straight to it.
So this is a platform where you have different kind of services: cake baking, CCTV installation, event management. You have branding. You have different kind of brandings. So we have a lot of services live on the platform. You know, for users. Most of them are targeted to businesses and consumers, and single consumers as well as businesses. So we have something that we recently came up with, which is market.vconnect.
All right.
So what happens in market.vconnect is it's a mall where you can go and choose your customers.
All right.
So this is something new that has never happened in the history here. You know, most times what happens is the customers go looking for businesses, but this time around it's users.
Okay.
Is businesses looking for users. So it's like a mall, you know, when you
how does he come in? What kind of service does it offer, and how does V-Connect give you the kind of service you want?
Basically, I found out about VConnect via Instagram, a post, I think. And I sort of just logged in and I registered my business. It's that simple. So I went to the VConnect website and there's a place where you register your business. I registered my business and I got a call shortly thereafter asking about my business and what I do and what kind of service I offered. And since then, it's been blessing all the way. VConnect sort of, it's more or less like a platform where you can just provide the kind of services you have. And the most important thing is the trust issue. You know, before VConnect, all I have to do is rely essentially on word of mouth and putting my adverts on social media as Instagram, Facebook, what have you. And the challenge there is, even though you get people to review your service and say, oh, making comments, the trust element is not so good. You get what I'm saying? So what VConnect does is that they kind of like validate whatever I do. After validating what I do, they also kind of like get me trusted clients that I can do business with. So it's a win-win situation for both of us.
For both of you. Okay, now since you have been using the services, now we'll get across to this while we're working on this connection. Since you have been using the services, how has it impacted your business on a personal level?
On a personal level, I found out that the quality of leads I get, it's sort of relaxing knowing that you don't really have to go do a lot of marketing. They've got my back, actually.
Oh, I like that. You have got his back.
So
They've got my back.
What Abiodun tried to say over
Let's
here
check it
was, what Abiodun tried to say was that, you know, a lead is basically a potential customers. So when users come to our platform, what we do is we ask them certain questions.
All right.
Based on the questions, we now have their requirement. For example, let's say you want to repair your phone. So they ask you what type of phone is it, what problem did it have, did the screen break, did it fall down, did it enter water? We collect all that requirement. So now in market.vconnect, what happens is you can choose the area, you can choose in the area, you can choose the local government, as well as you could choose the services. So for demonstration purposes, since Abiodun is from the events industry, I've taken photography, event management, and cake baking.
So we've highlighted these 3 filters.
Yes, we've highlighted these 3 filters.
And then we apply.
We apply them.
All right, good.
So the moment you apply them, you get the search results as to those people who are in these services. So now, for example, let's say somebody posted this 19 hours ago.
Okay, now this person who posted is looking for the service.
The guy's name is Adeoye.
Afolabi. Afolabi, all right.
So he's basically, what he's looking at is he has a birthday party. He has 50 attendants. He's looking for a DJ service.
He's looking for a DJ.
Yeah. And his tentative date is about 3rd of August.
Okay.
So he's put his budget over there, which is 100,000.
Just for the DJ?
Just for the DJ.
I want to start DJing. Okay.
It all depends how deep your pocket is.
All right. Okay.
So,
all right.
And then he's put his state and his location.
Okay.
So the moment now a service professional like Beardon comes to the platform, he could come and accept this.
All right, so he goes to this same page.
Yes.
So that's what a service provider would do.
Exactly.
Go to this page and then click on accept if the terms are okay by you.
Correct.
All right.
So then once he accepts it, what happens is it lands on his dashboard. So each and every seller has a dashboard. You know how you normally go to your office every morning and you turn on the lights and everything? This is basically your virtual office.
Okay, so he has this kind of page.
You have this like this. He has something like this.
All right, nice.
So what happens is the same requirement that you saw over there, you can see it here. And then you could see his number, his email, whatever it is.
All right.
But the best part of all is in this, that you could choose the location you want to serve. So for example, I stay in Surulere. I want to serve only customers in Surulere and Yaba. I don't want to go to Ikeja or VI or Ikoyi. So I could set that from my profile here.
Okay.
So you have access to who you want to choose as your customer, whether you want to accept that job or you don't want to accept that job.
Wow. Now that's something. Now, have you ever, let's talk about you putting filters and all that. What kind of jobs have come? Have you ever had a point where you had something that you didn't like or something came specifically for you?
Personally, I shoot videos and photography. I really don't have specifications. But then there are some kind of work I don't like doing. In time when it comes to personal photography, it's not really my niche. So I like when it comes as an event documentaries, commercials, and all that. And I get that a lot.
Okay, now, there's something I want to ask both of you now. Now, if he gets a request, or if he sees a request about still photography, right, and he doesn't want to do it, but is it possible not to, is there anything to stop him from getting that job if he really can't do that job?
Yeah, so that's what I mentioned. In the filters, he can mention that he wants to do only so kind of photography. He doesn't want to do the others.
All right.
So what is not his forte would be my forte.
Great.
So I could pick it up as a separate business owner. So that's why we have, we have a lot of trusted professionals on our platform. And if one doesn't like it, the other one picks it up.
All right, thank you very much. I know when I spoke about DJing, Vishal was looking at me somehow. I might want to DJ very soon. It was great having you guys. I know we'll be having you more frequently across the next few weeks, every Monday. We're looking forward to having more of this. All right, okay, that's all we can take on the show for now. That's the first half of the show. We will be back shortly for a lot more entertainment. Don't go nowhere. Top of the morning to you once again, and now we told you we'll be back for yet another wonderful hour.
And we kept our promise, right? Wake Up Nigeria. Wake Up Nigeria is the show that you do not want to miss any part of it. None of it is worth missing, honestly. I'm thinking about all the amazing things we still have to dish out today. Speaking of dishing out,
dish, please.
Dish. We've been smelling some aroma of the dish that is being prepared in the kitchen.
Of course.
We can hear some, frying sounds too. What's going on?
Who's now the foodie? Now, of course, we are also live on Facebook on TVC Connect page. We are also streaming live there and also on tvcontinental.tv, so you can join us anywhere. Yeah. My name is Mike Messi-Keno.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. Now, we're here to get your week started the right way. So far, so good, but there's still more to come. First of all, we'll be having a discussion with Fola Daniel. He'll be motivating us out of that fear that usually accompanies change.
Wow, I'm looking forward to that one. And after that, there will be a performance from Nigerian singer and guitarist Sharon.
Don't forget to keep your comments and reactions coming in. We'll be getting to them before we wrap up the show. But first, we'll definitely be giving you the news on the hour.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and Busolami is on standby.
Thank you. You got my name correctly this time. So let's start with what is happening in Zamfara State, with hundreds killed in Nigeria's Zamfara State by bandits. This year alone, the federal government has decided to send 1,000-strong force to stop the attackers. The security force comprising the Army, Air Force, Police and the Civil Defense have been assembled to launch a fierce attack on the bandits terrorizing villages and towns in the state. A presidency statement says the Air Force has begun the deployment of fighter aircraft to Katsina, the airport closest to Zamfara. The presidency is also appealing to Nigerians to unite and speak with one voice on security issues. And just like the presidency, the Bishop of Sokoto Catholic Diocese, Matthew Hassan Kuka, has advised Christians and Muslims to live in peace in order to defeat a common enemy and move Nigeria forward. He led other church leaders to Gandhi town in Sokoto, where he addressed people of Tabani village, recently displaced by armed bandits who attacked their community. Kuka said the perpetrators of the crime against humanity do not select their victims on the basis of religion, tribe, political affiliation, and called the government should be more proactive in tackling insecurity. There is a likelihood of an immediate shake-up in the Kwara State chapter of the All Progressives Congress, as Information Minister Lai Mohammed is calling for the dissolution of its leaders for alleged anti-party activities. He also wants those who secured appointments under the leadership to resign with immediate effect. The minister told journalists in the hometown that the entire state executive members have signified intention to leave. And so the national leadership need not waste time in recognizing another faction led by Bashir Bolarinwa. A coalition of youth groups from the South Senatorial District of Ondo State has threatened to shut down Biniore Road on Wednesday in protest against the 5 years of power outage in the area. United Actions for Democracy, comprising 26 groups, berated the Benin Electricity Distribution Company for its inability to restore power to the area. The leader of the group, Kunle Ajayi, says the August 1 protest became imperative because the federal government has failed to come to their rescue. And it is a wrap for now, coming from my end, but I'll hand it over to Mary, and let's find out what is cooking in the kitchen. Mary.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, Busalami, a lot has been cooking. We're still here, and I believe breakfast is coming along just fine under the capable hands of Chef Ofe. So, how far have we gone? We have our dodo ready.
Yes, I've fried the shredded chicken in a little bit of oil. I've also fried the drumsticks, and I'm steaming the rice now.
Okay. Yeah. So what are we doing now?
We're going to fry the vegetables and the onions. Okay. That's for the stir fry mix.
All right. If you're just joining us, today we are making
stir fry basmati rice with drumsticks served with fried plantain on wooden skewers.
Okay. So that's a lot. Yeah. Perfect breakfast for many. All right, so we're going to stir fry now. I guess the oil is hot?
Yes, oil is hot. So.
Salt goes into the oil first?
Yes, it does.
Any reason for that?
Well, just so that it could infuse into the vegetables properly.
This is the first time I'm seeing this.
Yes.
Wow.
It does.
So you put the salt in so it can infuse?
So that the vegetables will be tasty. Another way to do it, if you're not going to put salt first, you could actually like marinate the vegetables with spices and seasonings, but rather just put it into the oil first.
So, but it's just salt. You're not putting seasoning cubes.
Not yet, not at this point.
Okay, yeah. But the salt is for the vegetables.
Yes, vegetables.
All right,
so
let's
start with the onions.
Interesting.
Yes. For stir fry, I'd rather use purple onions as against white onions.
Any particular reason for that?
One, the nutrients and the flavor stronger.
The nutrients and the flavor.
Yes. Because you know, the darker any fruit or vegetable is, the more packed full of nutrients it is. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah. So put in the spring onions.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, this is one of the essence of.
You mentioned it earlier.
Yes, without
the spring onions and the garlic.
Yeah. But the garlic goes in when this has fried a little, because if you put in the garlic now, it will burn.
Okay.
Yeah, the garlic will burn, make it burn faster. Okay. So when this has fried and the onions is a bit translucent, that's kind of like see-through kind of, I'll put in the garlic.
This entire process is less than 2 minutes?
Yes, very fast.
Okay.
Very fast.
Garlic is actually very healthy.
Yes, it
is.
It's
great for the body. Many people tend to avoid it because of the odor it gives.
But once you cook it,
it
disappears. It's when you eat it raw.
No, but you who cooks it, it won't disappear. That's always the problem.
Well,
because if you walk into a room, even if you didn't eat the garlic, everybody goes, "You're just coming from a kitchen."
No, but really, if you're going to use it with other spices, it will blend, and it might not dominate the other spices.
The power of garlic, there's nothing like it.
Well, true. I agree. I agree to an extent.
But that doesn't diminish the fact that garlic is very healthy. It's something you can put in your meals, and if you're avoiding having too much of the raw taste, you could actually blend it with your pepper. Yes. Many people don't realize that. You blend ginger, you blend garlic with your pepper, and it's just perfect to go with anything. It doesn't even affect the taste. Like, you don't even taste it, but the nutrient is already in it. And that's what we are after.
Very true. So now I'm going to put in the garlic.
Okay. So at what point do these come in?
Once I'm done with this, just like in another 1 minute, I put in all the peppers at the same time.
At the same time?
Yeah, at the same time.
So the rice?
Yes, it's still steaming.
It's coming out nicely.
Coming.
Okay. All right. So, peppers.
Yeah, peppers.
Now, the reason for the different colors is to give the food color, right?
Yeah, color. Yeah, color. But you can't do it without the green, because the green one has the strongest flavor. So if you're going to use In fact, you can even make this meal with just green.
Okay.
You still get your flavors. Because the red and the yellow they're sweeter.
Okay.
But the green is, if you use too much, is a bit bitter. So you also need to know how to balance them out.
So just a little at a time?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Like this now is for a serving of 5 people.
5 people?
Yeah, so one of each pepper type. It's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just for the taste, and of course the color.
Yeah, the color.
So many purposes.
Yes.
I'm actually quite curious as to when this shredded chicken will go in.
It's going to go in with the stir fry into the rice.
Oh, the stir fry goes into the rice
Into
with
the
the
rice.
shredded chicken. The
Yes.
shredded chicken doesn't go into the stir fry.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Wow. Wow.
Because I've already fried it in oil.
I hope we're able to put all of this together
Yes. Yes, we can.
in less than a minute.
We can.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what goes in next?
Yeah, the pepper.
The green pepper.
At the same time.
Right. Wow. The burst of color. I actually
Yes.
love colors.
Yes,
a whole
I do
lot.
too.
A whole lot.
I do too.
Nice. You know, earlier we were showing cartoons, you
Yeah.
remember?
Yes, yes.
And I saw Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
And I was so excited because when I was a child, I loved Scooby-Doo
Are you
so much.
serious?
Like, you could get me seated quiet while watching Scooby-Doo.
I think my best was Tom and Jerry.
Your favorite was Tom and Jerry?
Yes, because of the mischief.
The mischief?
Yes.
Well, you know something interesting about Scooby-Doo?
Yep.
I found out that Scooby-Doo was something that actually aimed to show you
Yeah.
that the criminals in your society are people known to you.
Well, true.
Because all the people they caught were people that were known to them. Yes. So it's a way of telling children to be careful. Even of the closest people. But people don't realize that that's the message behind Scooby-Doo. Like, they're trying to tell you, children, yes,
But
respect
now you
these
say
people.
it just rings a bell. Yeah, I didn't see it in that light.
Because the most respected individuals were the ones who were always committing the crime.
True.
Least expected as well. All right, so we'll continue with the cooking while talking about cartoons. It's a good thing I have a cartoon sister here. In the meantime, however, we'll go on a break. Stay with us to Wake Up Nigeria. Welcome back. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Now, fear is oftentimes accompanying, it oftentimes accompanies change, as change itself is fraught with the unknown. So, subsequently, humans are actually prone to being wary of change. Joining us to talk about this, conquering that fear that comes with change, that is Fola Daniel Adelisi. Now, he's a brilliant motivational speaker, corporate trainer, and communications professional. Welcome back to the studio, Fola.
Thank you. Good to be here again.
All right, so the fear of change, why is it, the most simple question out there, why is it that people are afraid of change?
It's very important to know that human beings are generally a product of routine. Okay. And change causes disruptions. Change will disrupt your routines. Change will force you out of your comfort zones. It will box you out of some, let's say, things that you have learned over the years that you're not willing to part with. So generally, people are afraid of anything that disrupts their routines. Take, for example, you walk into a church, you're most likely going to take the same spot every week. You walk into a hall, if it's a place you go every week, you're most likely going to be sitting on the same spot. Okay. If you do certain things, you notice that after a while, observe what you're doing for like a week, you'll be doing it in a particular way. So if anybody causes you to do it in another way, you react in a funny way. Okay. Because we're naturally products of routines.
All right, so I'm trying to think of putting it in a context people can understand. I think of fear of change like changing your job, or maybe deciding to resign, or maybe possibly being asked to leave a particular company. Yeah. So a lot of people are afraid of being fired, possibly because of financial reasons. But is there something else?
Yeah, there are quite a number of things. Let me explain fear of change using a very simple story from the book Who Moved My Cheese? Okay. Now, Who Moved My Cheese is written by someone called Spencer Johnson, and the word cheese there represents happiness, fulfillment, satisfaction, all the good things you can possibly want in life. Then there are 4 characters, 2 small human beings and 2 animals. The human beings were Hem and Haw, and the animals were Sniff and Scurry.
Okay.
Now, they found a place called a maze where they found a lot of cheese. And they would go there on a daily basis. They would eat the cheese. And they didn't even think that one day it was going to be exhausted.
Okay.
So one morning, the sniff and scurry, which were the animals, got to the station. That is, let's call it cheese station C now. They got there and they realized that the cheese was gone.
Oh, wow.
Almost immediately, they moved on.
Okay.
Later in the day, the human beings got there and realized that the same cheese was gone. They were angry.
Okay.
And Hall said, in anger, who moved my cheese? He didn't even put it there in the first place. But he got so used to finding it there, and he said, it's my cheese. But now that it's gone, he became angry. The animals that moved on eventually found another cheese station, which is called Cheese Station N.
Okay.
And they settled down there. The human beings refused to. Hall was suggesting to him, let's move on. Let's go and get another cheese. He said, no, he's not going to go. So Hall on his own set out and started getting another cheese. And he even came back for him. After a while, he moved on again.
Okay.
So when he finally found the new cheese station, he said, wait a minute, should I go back for him? But he said, no. Let him find his own cheese himself. So what happens is people get to a comfort zone and they want to settle permanently. Even though there are indicators that your happiness in this particular place is dwindling. Your satisfaction in this place. Now, come back to the job.
Yeah.
You realize that there are some things that are already telling you you're no longer fit for this place.
You're supposed to move.
You're supposed to move on.
Maybe you should resign or something like that.
Start something new or just have a change of environment. But people are generally afraid. And if you keep ignoring all the indicators, it's going to look like the change happens suddenly. But, for example, others are developing themselves. You're refusing to develop yourself. That's another thing that will make it look like change happens suddenly.
There were a lot of people that were forced to make a change a few years ago when all the banks were merging and so much was happening in the banking sector, and a lot of people lost their jobs.
I don't think they were forced to. That's why I said there are indicators that will tell you what's about to happen. Most times we ignore the indicators for change. Change doesn't happen suddenly. It's just that we ignore all the warnings. For example, even with your health, if you ignore all the vital signs, one day you're just going to slump. And they say, oh, he just died. No, he didn't just die. There were signs there. For example, with the economy, we had all the signs. We were being told, we're not saving. We're making money, but we weren't saving. So there were signs there that the recession was coming on us. But we didn't change. So as human beings, one of the things you should do is always look around. Interpret what happens around you on a daily basis. If your boss is complaining about your job, is one of the vital signs.
Okay.
If people around you are getting additional degrees, they're going for courses, you're the only one who's left out, it's one of the vital signs. One day somebody will just come and the HR will say, sorry, you haven't developed yourself, your services are no longer needed. So always anticipate change. That's one of the ways to make yourself shock-proof. Then let's say one way to overcome the fear of change is don't get attached to anything in life. Don't be so used to something that you can't do without it, because that's one of the reasons people have become they become very distraught when change happens to them. So get ready for change, expect it anytime, and move on, because with the change comes new opportunities.
All right. Thank you so much, Fola, for coming to the studio once again. And hopefully we've learned something new today. Let's not be as afraid of change anymore, and let's do some research and see where we can go from here. Please hit us up on social media with the hashtag #WakeUpNigeria. Speaking of social media, we're heading over to Mike, who is ready to reel out your comments.
All right, thank you very much, Titi. Wow, I love what I just heard. You know, talking about change and, you know, being or not being afraid of change. It's something that we all have to take note of. Okay, so we are right here on social media. It's Monday morning. Now, normally, not Monday, we do motivation and all of that, and we'll keep to that tradition, because today we're going to look at encouragement. The world can be a very hard place, and even for us here in Wake Up Nigeria, we're all going through some things and sometimes some sad times which do come, but then there's always something that gets you up, keeps you going. So just right here on social media, just on Twitter with the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria, I just want you to be a part of the show. give me a word or just tell me the kind of things you tell yourself to go through those trying times. Maybe the loss of a loved one, maybe the loss of a job, or it could be anything. Just let me know. Give me that motivation. You know, what comes to my mind now is that weeping may endure for the night, but joy comes in the morning. There's quite a lot. I know Titi and Mary have their own, but then just let me know. Now, what happens is that if you put up your own as fast as you can and I read it out, I'll probably give you a goodie bag, right? The same one we're giving out throughout last week. We still have some of those goodie bags available. But just let me know, how do you go through the trying times? How do you encourage yourself? Somebody else there might also be encouraged. So Mary, Titi, guys, let's start with ourselves while I wait for the tweets to come in live. What are those words you tell yourself in those trying times to go through them and come out smiling? All right, Mary, let's go with you first.
Okay, so this is a bit nostalgic for me. This is something I used to do a lot on radio at some point. When you're going through a tough time, you might want to look at it from the angle of you've had better days. And of course, you could always relive those better days in future. So it's always good to look at it that, okay, I have a goal, I'm heading towards it. But if it has to do with loss, it can be more complicated. But oftentimes, it's better to focus on the good times with that person than the bad times. Because when you focus too much on the bad times, you end up remembering that person negatively. So much so that it causes you to be very emotional. But if you look at the positive side.
Mary, thank you. So wonderful. I know, I understand you, Mary, because it's quite emotional. But then our chef, when you burn somebody's order, someone's food, they say to very serious food, serious order, let's say like 50K order, and you burnt the food. What do you tell yourself to encourage yourself, chef?
Life happens.
Move on. Move on, right?
You know you have to buy another set of ingredients, right?
Oh, well, last week I had an issue. I had a dispatch issue and the food didn't get to the person. At the end of the day, the client rejected the food. I had to refund 15,000 naira on the spot.
What happened to the food?
Well, it was delivered to a wrong address.
Okay.
It was delivered to a wrong address.
Were you able to retrieve it?
Yeah, I was able to retrieve it.
So what did you do with the food?
Well, I actually put out a call to a few family friends and someone bought it off me, but I had to refund. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful, great one. Now, just before I go to Titi, Magnus Meleki at Emmy_Timi says, "This too shall pass." I like this. Hashtag Wake Up Nigeria, this too shall pass. Magnus, your head is there. Very correct. I like this. You have a goodie bag. I will send, I'll just like this comment and I'll get across to you. Titi, very, very fast. What is that thing you tell yourself to pass through those trying times?
Okay, so I get all religious and then I always say, God didn't bring me this far to drop me now. He didn't.
I like that. Okay.
So now
just
abandon me.
Right,
it's not possible. I'll move on.
Now, this is at official_Sheson who says, others that do it best don't have two heads. So what makes me feel like I can't do it? Oh, yeah, stand up, Joe. Hey, your heads are there. I like that. You definitely, official_Sheson, you have a goodie bag from us. Great one. And the final one, let me just round up with this. Monday motivation. If it was easy, everybody would have done it before you. Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much out there. Thank you for sending these tweets. You don't know how much this means to us. It means quite a lot, right? That's all we can take on social media. It's still Wake Up Nigeria. Don't go nowhere. We have a lot in store for you. Sharon is on standby. Wonderful performer with her guitar. We're going to have a great time.
International banana, Timothy Sharp, Timothy Kana, yeah, come make we go Kana, Roboto, baby, get down, where Tongolo, drive me crazy, make me colo, I feel like he a sharp go, Money to beggar, they put a matter as you enter, who'd remember, Kulu temper, money to beg out, they put a matter as you enter, who'd remember, Kulu temper, bagudu, say bagudu, Shebi you won't banga to banga, oh, boy, and baba, you can never top and speed. Oh, you'll be my man, and I will be a woman every day. Oh, you'll be my man, and I will be a woman every day. Oh, 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 and I will be a woman every day. Every day.
Wow, wow. Wonderful, wonderful. I think Mary would need to take some lessons after this. How are you doing, Sharon?
I'm very well.
Great to have you. Of course, Sharon is a singer and guitarist who started singing 2 years ago. She just performed covers of different songs now for us. And wonderful, wonderful, great. I love the way you string the guitar, but you don't use a plectrum.
No, I don't.
How so? Why not?
Oh no, I prefer the soft sound. The plectrum makes it so loud, like so.
Does it?
Yeah.
But doesn't your fingers, don't they hurt you when you don't use a plectrum?
Nope. The only issue is whenever I paint my nails,
okay,
I have to repaint it again because it's going to clean and everything.
Okay, and then I'm sure that there definitely has to be a way to play it so that the fingers don't hurt. Is there a way to play it? To play it so that the fingers don't hurt so much?
No, it doesn't even hurt at all.
It doesn't hurt at all?
Except when you start playing.
Okay, so what happens to those people like Mary, and it happened to me at some time, when you start playing and it hurts, is it like you're playing it wrongly? Is there, I don't know.
No.
Well, okay, put your hand on it, let's see. Maybe just give us a very short tutorial. How do you string, what?
Stringing is fixing the string.
It's fixing the string, okay, so how do you, let's go. Just simple, just like that.
The issue is just this place here.
Okay.
So,
all right, so how do you develop your love for the guitar?
Let me see. Initially, I never liked the guitar.
Thank you.
Yes, initially, I never liked guitar. Like I said, I've said it before, I lost my dad, so I was looking for like a distraction. So I just picked up the guitar and I started playing. And then I put the distraction into learning on YouTube. I learned from YouTube. And this was 2016, November.
Wow. So in just 2 years, you've become this good?
It's not up to 2 years.
It's not? I like that. Okay, but I like that you were able to pour yourself into it and all of that. And you started doing covers and all of that. How has it been so far? How's the reception to your music been so far?
It's been overwhelming because I never expected it. I
I know, you never expected it.
Like,
okay.
I never thought they would like this kind of music because they're always dancing shaku,
exactly,
everything. So even my own personal song, at times I get very, very scared to
do your own personal songs,
because any kind of songs I do, and I'm scared, and I get scared maybe they don't want to appreciate natural sounds.
Well, how many singles do you have out there? How many songs do you have out there?
I think I have two.
Which is your favorite?
A song I did with my friend. I did it with my friend, Damola.
All right, what's the title of that song?
Damola.
Damola?
Yes.
What's the story behind it?
He lied to me. And then I'm like, why did you lie to me?
Wait, seriously? You about do Romeo and Juliet with
Yes, exactly.
Are you serious? And I thought, okay, so then that's cool. So after that now, are you bolder to do your own songs now after the reception?
Yes, because I performed my song at an event and I was like, oh, okay, people like my song. So I planned dropping this one, the one I performed like August. Like I really do plan doing that by then.
Okay, August. And then is there any plan for maybe a full body of work?
Yes.
Maybe an EP, an album and all that. How soon would we expect something like that?
For the end of the year.
I would love to listen to what you have to do. Your average, where do you love performing? Live performances, where do you love performing the most?
Bogobiri.
Okay.
Artisan Lounge.
Okay.
Anywhere that has a live band setting, I think I'm good.
Do you have a band, or is it?
I don't have a band. It's just me.
Okay, but do you plan to? Because I think it's part of the whole thing. Getting a band with you and all of that. What other instruments? Is this the only instrument you play?
No, I play the keyboard too.
You play the keyboard. Yeah. Which came first, the keyboard or the guitar?
The guitar. Then I use the notes from the guitar to learn the keyboard. Like I traced the notes, like A, blah blah blah, A sharp. Okay.
How do you do that?
I don't know, I was bored.
Okay, but then now, seeing, is it, let me ask something that is it financially viable?
Yes.
Is it paying the bills? There are bills now, right?
Yeah, there are bills.
Okay, is it paying the bills?
It's not paying the bills like so much.
Like bills,
but,
yeah?
Yeah, but it's supporting the bills, like supporting me that is paying the bills.
Okay.
And the encouragement is even enough, self, to even want to continue.
Only encouragement.
Trust me, it's enough.
How much encouragement? Will you eat encouragement?
I'm surprised.
Okay, so moving forward, I know you said you plan to have a body of work out there and all of that. Well, how about collaborations? Have you ever done any collaboration?
Yeah, I just said I did this one with my friend.
Okay, no, that one doesn't count. That Damola one doesn't count.
It's collaboration.
You were doing Romeo and Juliet, that one doesn't count. Okay. Talking about our collaboration, maybe. Is there any other one is there any one you plan? Is there anything in the works?
Yes, well, I planned in a song with Simi.
All right.
Sorry, I do cool good. Simi can come second.
See, 2 Romeos and Juliet, that would be a nice collabo. Yeah. 2 of them, you and Damola. Would it make sense?
Really?
Okay, thank you so much. All right, talking about collaborations now, we're going to collaborate in the kitchen very soon.
Oh my God, finally.
Finally.
God.
All right, okay, let's head over to Miriam. We'll join them very soon.
Yes. And we are ready to collaborate with you.
Yes.
Hi,
That girl deserves a meal.
In fact, she does. She's done a lot of work. Fancy learning via YouTube.
In 2 years?
In 2 years.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Wow, amazing.
Okay, so we've got this going on right now.
Yes.
We cannot wait for our guests to come in. And we can tell her what she's about to eat.
Yes, indeed.
But just for those who are just tuning in, what is this?
This is stir-fried basmati rice served with fried chicken drumsticks and fried plantain on wooden skewers, garnished with sliced cucumbers.
Ew.
This is not breakfast. This one is brunch.
Everything you just said.
Is there anything
now.
like brunch now?
Chicken,
plantain, Mike is
rice,
here.
and cucumber.
Welcome.
Woo.
Thank you for joining us.
Nice one. Nice one. Please take a seat. Hi.
Yep.
Welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So, Mike.
Yeah.
Mike for the kitchen.
Okay, Mike for the kitchen.
Am I not there?
I'm wondering why he's on this side today and not that side. But I noticed that there's no spoon for him to take.
Oh.
So that's...
The chef is here to be initiated into the mic dome. All right, so you're welcome to the kitchen, dear. This has been prepared by the chef for you, and we cannot wait for you to dig into it. Okay. All right, so...
Let me get a fork.
No, please, you should tell us what went into this, yeah?
Oh, okay. For the stir-fried basmati rice, we have 3 types of peppers, green, yellow, and red. Then we have shredded chicken, we have spring onions, we have garlic, we have onions and spices.
Okay,
yeah.
Fantastic.
You should see the color on your screen right now.
As it really is some deliciousness.
I just love color with food.
Oh, dear me.
All right, so can we bring it closer to
No, wait. We are still looking at it on the screen.
All right, we're still looking at it.
Yes. Okay, so let's
yes, so the cutlery has arrived now.
Okay.
So let's see.
There you go.
Oh, goodness me.
Yes.
Please, you're the guest now. You're the guest now.
Mike will be more than willing to be the guest on your behalf.
Please,
just try. No, don't worry. My own is there. No. All right, just try.
Mike, I'm suspecting you.
That's what you think.
I
this
don't
one
know.
that Mike is already familiar.
He
He was getting nice to the chef earlier. Now he's the singer. He's a musician.
I'm trying to pray.
Oh, you want to pray first?
You want to pray?
This one is hard, so if you don't pray, you got all you need here.
Wow. Okay, so we've had an amazing show today, and this food smells even more amazing. What do you think?
Is it takeaway pack?
That's enough. I like that.
Now that is
all
epic.
Right.
I think we need to tweet that one.
Yeah, we need
to. Is there takeaway pack? Wake up Nigeria takeaway pack.
All right.
Takeaway pack.
All right, that's all we have time for on today's show. But then tomorrow is another day for us to do this all over again, God willing.
Yes, indeed.
A huge thanks to our friends at home, Leah G, for the kitchen accessories.
And Mary and I are very grateful for Fola at
so.
Fola's place for styling our hair. Yes, we
Fola,
damn
thank
selves.
you.
I
love
what?
my hair.
We love it, honestly. Thank you.
Dafduna.
What?
Please, let's enjoy our moment.
All
right. But
see you tomorrow.
Speaking of moments, check us out online with our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria and on YouTube. We'll be seeing you right there.
All right.
Bye.
Have a lovely day. Bye.
See ya.